to come out. Into turn 4, foot to the floor, the engines come a roar. Green flag high in the air. Brett Shields in that 8S. He'll take the early lead into turn number 1. The wily veteran Gene Claxton in that 42 car. He knows how to get around I-35 Speedway. Ethan Isaacs in that 66S, his first time here. He's up to 3rd. Jeff Stotts 4th. Clint Baker 5th. Chris Wright in that 66 car. Look to the inside, trying to get in that top 5. Clint Baker looking to the inside, trying to get that 4th spot away from Jeff Stotts. Your leader, Brett Shields in that 8S car. Gene Claxton 2nd. Ethan Isaacs 3rd. Jeff Stotts 4th. Clint Baker 5th. Chris Wright 6th. Truman Asher 7th. Ronnie Miller 8th. Chad Shaw 9th. Cam Atkinson 10th. Lucas Isaacs knocking on the door of the top 10. Mike Nelson gets sideways in the 19. He'll get turned around. Yellow flag going to come out for the 18 of Mike Nelson. Again, his first time in a race car. And Ethan Isaacs, your top 3. Green flag comes back out. Gene Claxton going to look to the inside, trying to get around Ethan Isaacs. 3 wide into turn number 2 for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Baker, Wright, and Asher. Chad Shaw going to look to the inside, trying to get around Ronnie Miller. Gene Claxton again to the inside, looking for the lead off of turn 2. A little bit more momentum on that high side for Brett Shields. Clint Baker going to look to the inside of Jeff Stotts. The top 2 cars start to pull away from Ethan Isaacs. Isaacs trying to hold off. Jeff Stotts, he sits 3rd in the points here at the I-35 Speedway. Clint Baker 5th. Truman Asher 6th. Chris Wright 7th. Ronnie Miller 8th. Chad Shaw 9th. And now Lucas Isaacs up into the top 10. Brett Shields coming up on lap traffic. Mitch Boer right ahead for him. Let's see if that plays into Gene Claxton's hands. Lucas Isaacs to the outside of Chad Shaw. Now Chad Shaw goes to the inside of Ronnie Miller. Lucas Isaacs takes a spot away from Ronnie Miller. Top 2 cars get by lap traffic. Now the top 3 gets by lap traffic. Brett Shields, Gene Claxton, Ethan Isaacs, and Jeff Stotts. Your top 4 get by lap traffic. Clint Baker gets by for 5th. Brett Shields doing a good job holding off Gene Claxton, looking for his 2nd feature win this season. Gene Claxton to the inside. Again, trying to get by Brett Shields for that lead. Shields doing a good job holding off the veteran. Jeff Stotts trying to get around Ethan Isaacs for 3rd. Truman Asher working on Clint Baker. We've got battles all over this racetrack. Got it for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Here comes Lucas Isaacs in that 6 car trying to get around Chris Wright. He moves up to 7th now around Chad Shaw and Chris Wright. They're going to try to split him. Lap Trar now up in front. Leroy Cameron, the leader, gets by. Gene Claxton, he'll get by. That'll put a lap car in between the 2nd and 3rd place car. Brett Shields now starting to pull away from Gene Claxton. Took Claxton just a little bit of time to get by that lap car. Mike Nelson now ahead, in danger of going a lap down to your leader, Brett Shields in the 8S. White flag out for the 8S of Brett Shields. Gene Claxton's got one more chance to get by him. Truman Asher still side by side with Clint Baker. Checkered flag gonna come out for the second time this season for the 8S of Brett Shields. Second's going to go to the 42 of Gene Claxton. Third to the 66 of Ethan Isaacs. Brett Shields. Gene Claxton coming home second. Ethan Isaacs third. His first trip here. Jeff Stotts looks like he got fourth, and fifth to Truman Asher. A feature. Top three of these cars will get trophies. On the pole, the 69M from Excelsior, that's Matt Morant. His birthday is today. Outside of him, the 64 of BJ Page. Looks like inside row number 2 is going to be the 21 car of Jason Jackson to his outside the 60 of Justin Hartzell. Also out there on the racetrack, you've got the J2 of Jack Simmons, the 5 of Keith Simmons, the 2 of Zach Simmons, and the 19 Mr. Petty out there. Believe we're missing the 69 of Donovan Trusler. He's running up there. They're trying to get him started and going there.
Hey, that's your field.
Well, let's give them a wave as they come down the front straightaway. Most of these guys pull from Kansas, and they just race for trophies. Looks like Trusler go up there to his second row starting spot. Again, these guys do their own lineups. Begging for what?
4 laps.
So how many they get? Let's give them a wave as they come down the front straightaway. Matt Morant, BJ Page, Donovan Trusler, Justin Hartzell, Jason Jackson, Keith Simmons, Zach Simmons, Jack Simmons, and Mr. Petty. Lights out, green flag getting set to come out. Matt Morant, BJ Page leading them into turn 3. Into turn 4, foot to the floor, the engines will come a roar. Green flag high in the air. Matt Morant, he'll take that early lead. The last time they were here, he took that early lead, then drifted back to third. BJ Page runs second. Donovan Trusler getting a challenge from Jason Jackson. Jackson will move up to third. Here comes the Simmons, making it 3 wide. Jack Simmons to the inside of Keith Simmons. Keith Simmons to the inside of Jackson. He'll try to take second for BJ Page now, as they work behind your leader, Matt Morant, that 69M. Jack Simmons will take over third now for BJ Page. He'll bring Zach Simmons right behind him. Matt Morant and that 69 getting a challenge now from the 5 of Keith Simmons. I believe the last time they were here, Keith Simmons picked up the win. He'll take the lead from Matt Morant. Now Jack Simmons will take over second. Side by side for 5th and 6th is BJ Page and Jason Jackson. Keith Simmons, your leader. Jack Simmons, 2nd. Zach Simmons, 3rd. Matt Morant, 4th. Jason Jackson, 5th. 6th is BJ Page. Jonathan Trusler, 7th. 8th is Justin Artsell and Mr. Petty, 9th. Jack Simmons to the inside of Keith Simmons. Lost the 19 of Mr. Petty. He'll pull onto the infield. Coming up on lap traffic, the 5 of Keith Simmons. He's trying to hold off Jack Simmons, and now they've got lap traffic. Justin Artsell right in front of him. Leader will get by. 2nd place will get by. That puts a lap car in between Jack and Zach. Zach going to look to the inside trying to get by. Jack Simmons going to look to the inside of Keith Simmons. Looking for the lead off of 2. Unable to make the pass. Top 3 cars break away from Jason Jackson as he runs 4th. Coming up again on lap traffic, Donovan Trusler right ahead of your leader, Keith Simmons. Top 3 cars get by lap traffic. Zach Simmons going to look to the inside of Jack Simmons, looking for that 2nd position as they race behind your leader, Keith Simmons. Top 3 being held down by the Simmons clan. Zach going to go to the inside of Jack as they battle behind Keith. Jason Jackson still 4th. Matt Morant 5th. Problems for the 60 of Hartzell. He has to get on the brakes. Matt Morant gets by. Keith Simmons still holding off Jack Simmons. Jack Simmons still holding off Zach Simmons. Jason Jackson now gets by lap traffic of Donovan Trusler. This time by the 5 of Keith Simmons will see the white flag, 1 lap to go. Jack Simmons in the J2 still 2nd. Keith Simmons, or Zach Simmons 3rd in the 2 car. Out of turn 4, checkered flag gonna come out for the 5 of Zach Simmons, or Keith Simmons. 2nd to the J2 of Jack Simmons. 3rd will go to the 2 of Zach Simmons.
That'll work. All right, here we go.
Green flag getting set to come out. Light is out. Into turn 4, foot to the floor. The engines will come a roar. Green flag high in the air. Tim Shields will take that early lead into turn number 1. Jason Anderson on the inside of Travis Walker for that 2nd position. Tim Billings 4th. Buzz Caster 5th. As Tim Shields leads lap number 1, Travis Walker 2nd. Jason Anderson 3rd, Tim Billings 4th, Buzz Caster 5th, Christopher Smith 6th. Frank Litchell going to get a challenge now from David Holcomb, looking for that 7th position. Tim Billings going to look to the inside of Jason Anderson, looking for that 3rd position. Tim Shields starting to put some distance in between him and Travis Walker. Jason Anderson now all alone in third. Tim Billings fourth. Buzz Castor still fifth. Christopher Smith doing a good job holding down sixth spot. Here comes David Holcomb. He's going to get up there and try. Oh, he pushes way up the racetrack. That front end didn't want to turn. Sam Schuler does the same thing as Don Mars goes to the inside of Frank Littrell. Tim Billings tried everything to get by Jason Anderson. All over his back bumper is the 98 of Tim Billings. Buzz Castor trying to reel them in right now, running fifth. He's got a big lead over sixth spot Christopher Smith. That gives Buzz Castor the ability to try different lines without the fear of losing positions if a line doesn't work. Halfway done here in the Grand Nationals. Tim Billings again to the inside of Jason Anderson, looking for third off of turn number 2. Mike Taylor Jr. going to look to the inside of Frank Littrell. He'll make the pass as they race right in front of your leader. Tim Shields about a straightaway in front of the leader. Travis Walker all alone in second. Jason Anderson all alone in third. Pretty spread out here are the Grand Nationals, giving each other plenty of room, doing a good job. Frank Littrell in danger now of going a lap down. Tim Shields rearing down his neck. All over the back bumper of the 18 Fast Lane Engines machine. He'll make the pass, put him a lap down. That puts a lap car in between him and Travis Walker. Walker trying to get the Walker dozing and excavating number 71. Working on a lap car, trying to get around him and chase down your leader, Tim Shields. Shields looking for his first feature win of the season. Jason Anderson now trying to get by lap traffic, trying to hold off Tim Billings in the process. "11 laps complete here in your Grand National A feature. Tim Shields has led it from start to finish. He's got a big lead over Travis Walker, who's been out of the race car for a while doing disaster cleanup. Back tonight, and he's right now running second, holding off 714 of Jason Anderson. This time by Tim Shields will see the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 42T. Travis Walker still second, Jason Anderson third, Tim Billings fourth, Buzz Castor fifth. Out of turn 4, checkered flag out for the 42T of Tim Shields. Second to the 71 of Travis Walker. Third's going to go to the 714 of Jason Anderson. Fourth to the 98 of Tim Billings, and fifth to the 54 of Buzz Castor. The Grand Nationals have done it again. They have gone green to checker.
I'm a little go, buddy. Chilly at the moment.
Okay.
You guys done?
And
Oh shoot, I was hoping they'd stay there. That's all right.
just gotta tell me what you want. And just hey Tim.
As they come down the front straightaway. Again, don't forget, coming up in the end of the month, September 30th, October 1st, the first running of the Show Me Spectacular presented by McCarthy Auto Group. That's a 2-day show. $1,500 to win sport mods, $750 to win stock cars, and $500 to win hobby stocks. Rules and registration can be found on our website, www.i-35speedway.net. Also, don't forget, coming up starting next week, we will be selling funnel cakes underneath the suite over there to my right. Into turn 4, foot to the floor of the engines, come a roar, green flag out for the stock cars. Phil Snodgrass, Kevin Anderson side by side now. Phil Snodgrass takes that lead into turn number 2. Look at Benny Turner in that 11T and Brad Whitney on the inside of Jake Cameron for 4th. 3 wide, Jeff Dixon, Tyler Corkins, Mark Clark. These stock cars, usually you could throw a blanket over the top 5 to 10. They put on a heck of a show. Brad Whitney now up to third in the X9. Phil Snodgrass still your leader, followed by Kevin Anderson. Looks like we lost the 86C of Jake Cameron and the 18 of Ray Littrell. Kevin Anderson going to look to the inside. Phil Snodgrass, what a feeling it would be for him to pick up his first feature win to his first trip here to I-35 Speedway. Kevin Anderson looking for his sixth feature win of the season. He'll take the lead now into turn two. Brad Whitney trying to follow him by Phil Snodgrass. Jeff Dixon up to fifth. He racing behind Benny Turner. Mark Clark sixth. The 14 of Larry Ferris trying to get by the 94C of Tyler Corkins. Brad Whitney to the inside of Phil Snodgrass, looking for that second position. We have moved the trophy presentations to the end of the night, so stick around if you're a trophy presenter. Brad Whitney looking for that lead into turn number 4. Off of 4, Kevin Anderson, a little bit more momentum on that high side. Phil Snodgrass not going away. He's right there on their back bumper. Again, 3 wide. Mark Clark, Jeff Dixon, and Benny Turner. Halfway home here in your Stock Car A feature as Kevin Anderson continues to lead. Brad Whitney doing all he can on that inside line. He'll make the pass out of the turn 2. Kevin Anderson on the outside trying to get back in front of the X9 of Brad Whitney. Again, 3 wide into turn number 3. Little bit of contact between Clark and Dixon. No harm, no foul. They're still battling for 5th. Tyler Corkins now moves around Jeff Dixon. Kevin Anderson still your leader. Brad Whitney second. Phil Snodgrass third. Benny Turner fourth. Mark Clark fifth. Jeff Dixon to the outside of Tyler Corkins. Oh, Mark Clark getting turned around. Nowhere for Tyler Corkins to go. They'll keep going, so we'll stay green. Brad Whitney again to the inside. That inside line just not sticking for Whitney as he trying to work around Kevin Anderson. Phil Snodgrass still hanging tough there in third. He's not gone away. Led the first few laps. Now he's right there behind your leaders in third.
We have 11 complete.
11 laps down here in your Stock Car A feature as Kevin Anderson continues to lead, but Brad Whitney not letting him go that easy. Battling there with him for that lead. Phil Snodgrass starting to lose a little bit of ground to your leaders. Might be setting them up for something just in case one of them makes a mistake. Good race up front between your top 3 cars of Kevin Anderson, Brad Whitney, and Phil Snodgrass. Benny Turner doing a good job in 4th. Larry Ferris in 5th. White flag out for the 417 of Kevin Anderson. Brad Whitney now trying to make his move on the inside. Will it be a last lap pass for the X9? Kevin Anderson back on the outside. It's going to be a race to the finish. Checkered flag out for the 417 of Kevin Anderson. Second spot to the X9 of Brad Whitney. Third to the 33 of Phil Snodgrass. Fourth to the 11T of Benny Turner, and fifth to the 14 of Larry Ferris. Our second straight race that has gone green to checker. What a race these stock cars put on. You could throw a blanket over those top 3. Again, the trophy presentation is going to be moved to the end of the night. So you trophy presenters, stick around after the races. We'll be getting out these trophies.
Okay, I'm here with our racer of the week, Kevin Anderson. Kevin, all I can say is that was a really fun race to watch. Boy, you and Whitney really,
Whitney, yeah.
Brad Whitney, man, I mean, you guys were going at it. That had to make you feel good.
Oh, yeah, it was a great race. I just kept, every once in a while, I'd see him stick his nose in there coming out of the corner, and we just kept going side by side. We must have been 7-8 laps, it seemed like. It was a really good race. It was fun, real fun.
And I know what you're talking about, the track being tacky now, because, I mean, we're standing here on the front straightaway, and my feet are sticking out here. That had to have really made for some good racing, and the track ended up kind of the way you wanted. You wanted a little cushion.
Yeah, we wanted the cushion. We wanted to stay at the top, and it worked out perfect for us. So, yeah.
And what was that? Number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6. Like we were talking earlier, going to get another sticker for the side of the car. All I can say is congratulations, Kevin. Like I say, that was fun to watch.
I appreciate it, and it was fun to run. That's the ones you like to run and like to win.
Okay, once again, Racer of the Week, boy. Motorsports of KC Racer of the Week, Kevin Anderson. Way to go.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Set to go here in your modified A feature. Nick Bittinger side by side with Zach Sanders on that front row.
Okay, restart. No left.
Lights out, green flag getting set to come back out. Green flag comes back out. Into turn 1 again, side by side. Nick Bittinger again will slide up high. Oh, problems for Zach Sanders. He slides up the racetrack. That gives second spot over to Mark Dotson. Dotson going to look to the inside of Nick Bittinger for the lead out of turn 4. I tell you what, on that exchange there, I'd hate to be a lap counter. Isaac Dotson now up to 3rd. He won this race last year. Jason Estes will go by Michael Dotson. Now sets his sights on PJ Conger. Deep in the field. Mark Dotson now your leader. He'll put some distance in between him and Nick Bittinger. Bittinger trying to hold off Isaac Dotson for 3rd. Steve Starmer running 4th. And your 5th place car is Jim Cameron. Zach Sanders fell back to 6th. Buzz Caster 7th. John Hansen 8th. Oh, problems for the 16W of Jimmy Winkler. He'll get turned around into turn number 1. Yellow flag going to come out for the 16W of Jimmy Winkler. Jimmy Winkler getting that 16W turned around going into turn number 1. Comes to a halt right there. Lights out. Green flag getting set to come out. Seen those sport mods out there earlier. They've come to prep themselves for that Show Me Spectacular coming up September 30th, October 1st, along with those stock cars and hobby stocks. Be sure to be here for that show. Green flag comes back out. Mark Dotson, your leader in the 85D. Isaac Dotson in that 67D looks to the inside of Nick Bittinger. Side by side for that 2nd spot. Isaac Dotson gets around Nick Bittinger. Steve Starmer holding off Jim Cameron. Jim Cameron holding off Zach Sanders. Buzz Caster in a distant 7th position. Problems for Jim Hopkins. He's on the infield. Sean Foster now moves around John Hansen as he's moved up the racetrack. Jason Estes on the outside of Sean Foster, looking for that position. Yellow flag going to come out.
Why are we yellow?
Yellow out for the 71. Jim Hopkins not feeling safe with him so close to the racetrack. 71. Lights out. Green flag getting set to come back out. Looking for the green this time.
Don't forget that. I won't, because I've been thinking about it.
Green flag comes back out. Mark Dotson with a good restart in that 85D car. Isaac Dotson trying to hang with him. They'll pull away from Nick Bittinger. Michael Dotson deep in the field looks to the inside of PJ Conger. Jim Cameron trying to go to the inside of Steve Starmer for fourth. Rick Spriggs on the inside of John Hansen side by side. Jim Cameron again to the inside of Steve Starmer looking for fourth. Jason Estes gets by Sean Foster halfway home here in your modified A feature. Jimmy Winkler trying to latch onto the back bumper of Mike Dotson and follow him to the front. Mark Dotson putting some distance in between him and Isaac Dotson. Jason Estes going to look to the inside of Buzz Caster. Zach Sanders battling Jim Cameron for fifth. Mark Dotson now in heavy lap traffic. Sean Lee and Billy Hoover. He puts 2 lap cars. 16W at Jimmy Winkler on the infield. Mark Dotson still in lap traffic. Dead ahead, John Hansen in the 2H. PJ Conger in the 19, and Michael Dotson in the 55D, his brother. Getting the blue and yellow flag, letting them know the leader's coming. Mark Dotson now puts 2 lap cars in between him and Isaac Dotson again. Isaac Dotson trying to get around PJ Conger. He'll make the pass on PJ Conger. Now trying to get around Hansen. Now he gets around Hansen. He's right behind Mark Dotson now as Mark Dotson battles behind his brother Mike Dotson. Mike Dotson trying not to go a lap down. Oh, problems for Jason Estes. He's slowed down going into turn 4. He's losing positions. Looks like he'll be able to make it back to the pits. Tough break for the 99.7 of Jason Estes. He'll go to the pits. This time by Mark Dotson will see the white flag. Problems for Zach Sanders. He's slowing down going into turn 1. Yellow flag or white flag out for the 85D of Mark Dotson. Isaac Dotson gets by Zach Sanders. Out of turn 4, checkered flag out for the 85D of Mark Dotson. Second spot to the 60-70 of Isaac Dotson. Third's going to go to the 11S of Steve Starmer. He gets by Nick Bittinger, who finishes 4th, and Jim Cameron 5th in the 96C.
Here with Mark Dotson, and I apologize for misspelling your name on the video. Somebody corrected me on that and said it's Dotson, not Dobson. But anyway, Mark, you're the winner here tonight, I-35 for this open night since everybody's up at Boone. But a great run out there, and what'd you think of that track?
I tell you what, I ain't never seen that track be that good in my life. It'd be tacky and smooth, and you could have run 3 wide on that thing. I mean, it was an amazing racetrack. It really was.
I was going to say, I think it's one of the best tracks I've seen in quite a while because it looked like like you say, you could run anywhere on that thing you want to. Plus, I was down there on the front straightaway doing an interview, and my shoes were sticking in the mud.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what. If you could get a racetrack like that every night, yeah, I'll tell you, you'd be a hero for sure. That's a racetrack right there.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys like it dry, but when it's tacky and you can run 3 wide on it, if the track's that good, that's a good track.
Looked like you got out front, kind of hung up to the high side there a little bit, but man, just pulled away.
Oh, the car was really good, you know what I mean, and just I didn't know how hard we were going to have to run to get the lead right off, you know what I mean, and it just worked out to where we was able to roll in on the bottom really good, and it stuck good, and drove by them, and after that, it was just pretty much our race to lose, I think.
Yeah. Okay, once again, your winner here at I-35 tonight for the open modified class that they had here, Mark Dotson. Way to go, Mark.
Hey, yeah, and I also got to thank my tire man, Brent Warner. He is a tire fool. He got me some diggers on there. All right. Thank you.
So Bruce Fair side by side on the front row with Mick Ross. Mick looking for his first career feature win. Only 3 of them out there have won features this year. Bruce Fair, Greg Kewen, and Matthew Lance. Green flag comes out. Bruce Fair takes that early lead. Alex Anderson will come up behind him. Problems already for Mick Ross on the start. Not sure if the car wouldn't go into gear or what, but that car just did not want to go when the green come out. Bruce Fair in that 44. Your leader, Alex Anderson, second. Greg Kewen side by side with Matthew Lance for third and fourth. Alexis Whitney fifth. Bruce Fair in that 44 car, pulling away now from the rest of the field. The next 3 cars have pulled away. Alex Anderson leads that group. He runs second. Greg Kewen third. Matthew Lance fourth. Alexis Whitney fifth. Jeremy Turner sixth. Scott Treadwell seventh. Mike Young's eighth. Ninth is Mick Ross. Looks like he's got that car going again. Greg Kewen, your points leader, going to look to the inside of Alex Anderson for second. Gets by for second. Alex Anderson back to third, now in a battle with Matthew Lance for third. Alex Anderson doing a good job holding off Matthew Lance. Bruce Fair pulling away from Greg Kewen. Next season, you might not see Bruce Fair in a hobby stock. He might be in something different, but he knows how to wheel this hobby stock around I-35 Speedway. So anybody looking for a fast car at the end of the year, you might go talk to Bruce Fair. He might sell it. You never know. Matthew Lance still on the back bumper of Alex Anderson. Anderson, he's doing a good job the last couple weeks. He's got some seat time behind the wheel of that 55 car, and he's out there holding off veterans in only about his 5th or 6th race. Halfway done here. Lap traffic, Mike Young's going a lap down, puts a lap car in between the 2nd and 3rd place car. Bruce Fair, still your leader. Greg Kewen second. This time by Bruce Fair, we'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go. Greg Kewen sitting in second. It's been a while since he's won, but he picked up 8 feature wins to start the season. He just has to start so deep in the field sometimes. Out of turn 4, checkered flag out for the 6th time for the 44 of Bruce Fair. Second spot to the 3K of Greg Kewen. Third's going to go to the 55 of Alex Anderson. 4th spot's going to go to the X9A of Alexis Whitney. 5th to the 99 of Scott Treadwell. Not sure what happened to